Hello, my name is Ione Grover, and I'm going to be 91 in about a week's time. And I wanted to share with you what I feel is the most important thing in life after all of these years of life experience. I want to share with you what I think is most important and maybe very different from what you think because it changes with whatever stage we're in life. But I'm just getting on to talk about what I feel is essential. And um, one of the things I think is important is that we truly become who we are, that we be ourselves, because each one of us is so unique. And the problem is that often from an early age, we try to be like other people. It's almost as if we become a carbon copy of what we think others want us to be. We want to fit in. We want to be loved. We want to be safe. And so we develop this persona or ego or image that we think is acceptable. But then we begin to discover that it becomes a burden. It's very exhausting to try to please other people all the time, or to try to keep up an image, or to try to pretend you are somebody you are not. And so, if we can begin to discover the deep soul, our deep self or essence or soul, whatever you want to call it, apart from this superficial costume that we've been wearing. And it is a wonderful thing to discover that, and you don't have to wait until you're old to do that. But I find that when you're old, it's much harder to pretend. You know, you walk funny, and you are much slower, and you forget words and names, and you can't pretend that you're cool anymore, or that you're beautiful, or that you just can't do it. And so that's when you begin to accept yourself just the way you are. And I've learned to accept myself the way I am, with my chronic pain, with my wrinkles, with my frequent trips to the bathroom, with all of the things that go along with old age. I accept all of that. And I have learned to love myself just the way I am. And that's pretty important, because it may sound self-centered a little bit, but it isn't. Because when we learn to love ourselves, we can really love other people. It just seems to work out that way. So I am actually feeling a lot of joy at this time of my life. I admit that it's very difficult at times because I have all this arthritic pain and I find it hard. But at the same time, I've learned to just somehow surrender and not resist it and just accept it. And I find that I can experience joy even with all of this. So I'm very, very happy, and it's wonderful to be able to talk to you on this video. I just learned how to do that today, and I'm not very good on all of this stuff about computers, but I've just experimented, and it's kind of fun. I'm used to writing, and the written word, you have a little more control about what comes out. And this way, it's a little bit scary because you don't know what you're going to say until you've said it. And then you might not have expressed it just the way you want to. But again, That's another thing that has to be accepted. So I just want to say that if you really begin to discover your deep soul, who you truly are underneath all of this, it is a great joy. And what could be better than that? Thank you for listening to me.